Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hannah Daily English, the podcast where we help you speak English the way real people actually speak it, not just the way textbooks teach it.
Hey there! So happy to be here with you today. James here, and honestly, I was thinking about today's topic on my way to the studio this morning, and I realized this is something that confuses almost everyone.
Yes, even people who have been studying English for years. And the funny thing is, the difference is actually tiny, but it changes the whole feeling of what you're saying.
Totally! It's one of those things where you know both forms, but you're not sure which one to use in the moment.
So today we are talking about will do versus will be doing, two future forms, both about the future, but very different in how they feel and when you use them.
And by the end of this episode, you are going to feel so much more confident choosing between them. I promise, this is one of those grammar topics that just clicks once someone explains it the right way.
Exactly. So here is what we want you to do right now. Think about a plan you have this weekend, something you're going to do. We'll come back to that. And go ahead and write it in the comments. We love reading them.
Yes, please do. And if you're enjoying this podcast, hit like and subscribe to Hannah Daily English so you never miss an episode. It really helps us reach more learners like you. Okay, let's get into it.
All right, let's start with the basics. Will do. This is what we call the simple future. The structure is simple. Subject plus will plus base verb. So for example, I will call you. She will help you. We will finish the project.
Right. And when you say, I will call you, it feels like a decision, a promise, or just a fact about the future. It's a clean, simple statement.
Exactly. Now, will be doing, this is the future continuous. The structure is subject plus will be plus verb with ing. So, I will be calling you. She will be helping you. We will be finishing the project.
And already you can feel the difference, right? I will call you feels like a quick decision. I will be calling you feels like something in progress, something happening over a period of time.
Yes, that's the key. Will be doing talks about an action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. It's happening around that time, not just at that moment.
Okay, let me give you a real example. Imagine your friend texts you, "Can we talk at 8 tonight?" And you say, "Sorry, I will be watching a movie at 8." That means at 8 o'clock, the movie is playing. You're in the middle of it.
Right. You're not starting it at 8. You're already in it at 8. That's what will be doing does. It puts you inside the action.
Now compare that. I will watch a movie tonight. That just tells me about your plan. No specific time picture. Just at some point tonight, you're watching a movie.
Can you practice that right now? Think about what you'll be doing at 9 o'clock tonight. Say it out loud. At 9 tonight, I will be... Go ahead. Pause if you need to.
And honestly, this is something I get wrong sometimes too. Like the other day, someone asked me, "Are you free at noon?" And I wanted to say I was in a meeting, and I said, "I will have a meeting." And Hannah looked at me and was like, "James."
I said, you mean you'll be having a meeting.
Exactly. I will be having a meeting because it's in progress, it's ongoing, not a new decision.
So the negative form is also easy. I will not be working tomorrow. Or the contraction, I won't be working tomorrow. Same structure, just add not after will.
And a quick tip, in spoken English, we almost always use the contraction. Won't be doing sounds much more natural than will not be doing in conversation.
Great point. So let's review the basics. Will do, simple future, a decision or fact. Will be doing, future continuous, an action in progress at a future time. Write an example of each in the comments. We'd love to see what you come up with.
Okay, now let's talk about something really practical, because this is where will be doing gets really useful in real conversation. So here's a situation. You need to ask your boss for a day off. You could say, "Will you help me with this?" Or you could say, "Will you be helping me with this?" And here's the thing. Will you be helping me sounds more polite and less like a demand. It's like you're asking about their plans, not putting them on the spot.
Right. Will be doing can sound softer and more indirect when you're asking about someone's future plans, politely. It takes the pressure off. It doesn't feel like a yes or no test.
For example, will you be joining us for dinner sounds so much more natural and polite than will you join us for dinner, even though they mean almost the same thing.
The continuous form implies, I'm just asking about what you're doing, not demanding an answer. It feels curious, not pushy.
Here's another one. Imagine a colleague asks, "Are you going to the conference?" A more natural, professional way to ask is, "Will you be attending the conference next week?" It sounds organized, like you have a schedule in mind.
And this is really common in workplace English. Things like, will you be presenting at the meeting? Will she be joining the call? Will they be sending the report?
Let's do a quick game. I'll say a sentence with will do, and you change it to will be doing, and make it sound more polite. Okay, listeners? Ready?
Okay, I'll start. Will you help me move on Saturday?
Change to, will you be helping me move on Saturday? See? So much softer. Your turn. Try it. Take any question with will you and change it to will you be. Say it out loud.
Good. Now, here are 3 tips for this use. First, use will be doing when asking about someone's future plans, politely. Second, use it in professional or semi-formal situations to sound organized and considerate. Third, use it when you want to check someone's schedule without making them feel pressured.
I love this use because it genuinely makes your English sound more fluent and thoughtful. It's one of those small upgrades that makes a big difference. Drop an example in the comments. Ask us something using will you be doing. We'll reply to some of them.
Okay, the third and final use we want to teach you today is about using will be doing to talk about things that are going to happen naturally as part of a plan or routine, not as a new decision.
Ooh, yes. This one is subtle, but so important. Okay, so imagine you and your friend are going on a road trip. You're talking about the schedule. You say, I'll be driving the first 3 hours, then you take over.
That sounds so natural. I'll be driving. It's already arranged. It's part of the plan. There's no new decision happening. It's just going to unfold that way.
Compare it to, I will drive the first 3 hours. That's okay too, but I will drive sounds more like you just decided it right now. I'll be driving sounds like it was already the arrangement.
Exactly. So will be doing can show that something is the natural, expected next step, like a schedule unfolding, not a sudden choice.
Here's another great example. A teacher says to the class, next week, we'll be covering chapters 5 and 6. She's not deciding that right now. It's the course plan. It's already set. Will be covering is perfect here.
Or a tour guide saying, tomorrow we'll be visiting the old town in the morning and the museum in the afternoon. Everything is planned. Everything will unfold.
And in everyday life, you might say, I'll be picking up the kids at 3, so I can't take that meeting. It's already in your schedule. It's happening regardless.
Let's practice. Say this out loud. This time next week, I will be... And finish the sentence. Where will you be? What will you be doing? Really picture it and say it.
I'll say mine. This time next week, I'll be sitting in a coffee shop in London. I have a trip planned and I'm so excited.
Oh, nice! Mine is, this time next week, I'll be recording another episode. Right here. So it really works for plans and schedules.
And notice how both of those feel like they're already in motion, not brand new decisions. That's the feeling of will be doing. Things in motion, things unfolding.
Review for this section. Will be doing is great for planned, arranged actions that will unfold naturally, like a schedule or routine that's already set. It makes your English sound very organized and fluent.
Okay, now let's talk about mistakes, because honestly, everyone makes them with this, including us when we're tired or speaking fast.
True. So let's look at the most common ones so you can avoid them.
Mistake number 1. Using will do when will be doing is more natural for ongoing actions. For example, at this time tomorrow, I will fly to Tokyo. That sounds a little robotic. The better version is, at this time tomorrow, I will be flying to Tokyo. The flight is in progress. It's ongoing.
The trick, if there's a time phrase like at this time, at 6 o'clock, or by noon, and the action is ongoing, choose will be doing.
Mistake number 2, mixing up will be doing with will have done. This is a big one. I will be finishing the report by Friday. That's actually a little awkward. I will have finished the report by Friday is better because by Friday the action is complete.
Will be doing is in progress. Will have done is completed. So by the time you arrive, I will be cooking dinner. Great. The cooking is in progress when you arrive. But by the time you arrive, I will have cooked dinner. Great. The cooking is done before you arrive. Very different.
Mistake number 3. Overusing will be doing for every future sentence. Some learners, once they learn this form, start using it everywhere. Tomorrow, I will be going to the market. That can work, but if it's just a simple plan with no ongoing element, I'm going to the market tomorrow, or I'll go to the market tomorrow is more natural.
Will be doing earns its place when there's a continuous, ongoing quality, or when you're being polite or showing something is already planned. Don't force it into every sentence.
Mistake number 4, forgetting the be. This is a small but common slip. People say, I will working tomorrow. No, you need be in there. I will be working tomorrow. Always will be verb ing.
Say it with me right now. I will be working. She will be studying. They will be traveling. Feel the structure. Will be verb ing.
And mistakes are normal. They are part of learning. Every mistake is your brain working out the rules. Just keep practicing and it gets easier.
Leave a sentence in the comments. We will be reading them tonight. See what we did there?
Okay, time for some practice. We're going to give you some situations and 2 choices. Think about which one sounds better and say your answer out loud.
Situation 1. Your friend asks if you're free at 7 p.m. You have a yoga class. Do you say A, I will do yoga at 7, or B, I will be doing yoga at 7?
The answer is B. I will be doing yoga at 7. You're in the middle of it at that time. It's ongoing. It's already in your schedule.
Situation 2. You want to politely ask your coworker if they're joining the meeting. Do you say A, will you join the meeting? Or B, will you be joining the meeting?
Both are correct, but B, will you be joining the meeting, sounds more polite and professional. It's asking about their plans, not demanding an answer.
Situation 3. You're telling a friend about your trip schedule. Do you say A, I will arrive at the hotel at 3 p.m., or B, I'll be arriving at the hotel around 3 p.m.?
Both work here, but B sounds a little more natural if you're describing the flow of events. It sounds like part of an unfolding plan. A is fine too if it's just a simple fact.
Situation 4. You're telling someone what you'll be up to this evening. Do you say A, tonight I will read, or B, tonight I'll be reading?
This one depends a little on context. If it's something casual and you just decided, A is fine. But if you want to paint the picture of yourself in the middle of reading, curled up on the couch, B is more vivid. Tonight I'll be reading.
Great. Now create your own. Write a sentence about what you'll be doing tomorrow at 10 a.m. Use will be doing. Say it out loud first, then write it in the comments. We genuinely love reading those.
It makes our day.
Okay, we are almost at the end, and you have done so well today. Seriously, this is not easy grammar, and you stayed with us through all of it.
Let's do a quick summary of what we covered. First, will do is the simple future. Use it for decisions, promises, and facts about the future. I will call you later. Clean and simple.
Second, will be doing is the future continuous. Use it when an action will be in progress at a specific future time. At 8 tonight, I'll be watching a movie. You're inside the action.
Third, will be doing is also used to sound polite when asking about plans, like, will you be joining us? And to describe things that are already arranged, like, next week we'll be covering the new material.
So, here's our final question for you. What will you be doing this time next week? Think about it. Picture it. Say it out loud, and then write it below. We'd love to know.
And here are our calls to action. If this episode helped you, please like it. It takes 1 second and it means everything to us.
Share this episode with someone who's learning English. You never know who needs exactly this lesson today.
Leave a comment with your practice sentence. This time next week, I will be... We are going to read every single one.
And please subscribe to Hannah Daily English so you get every new episode as soon as it comes out. We drop new content every week.
You are doing amazing. Learning a language is hard work, and the fact that you're here, doing this, listening and practicing, that says so much about you.
Keep going, keep speaking, keep making mistakes and learning from them. That's how it works.
We'll see you in the next episode.
See you next time.